Welcome to Millionaire Coin Finds, where pocket change turns into a fortune. Money bag. If you love rare coins, shocking values, and unbelievable finds, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and see which coins could make you rich today. Magnifying glass. Tilted left sparkles. Top 1 coin, treasure hunters, and million-dollar dreamers. Today's video could change your life. Yes, your everyday pocket change might be hiding a goldmine. We're diving into a coin that has shocked collectors, stunned experts, and turned ordinary people into six-figure winners overnight. We're talking about the 1966 Lincoln penny, straight from a US Mint proof set. Now, don't be fooled. This isn't your regular, worn-out cent rolling around the bottom of a drawer. This specific 1966 penny, in proof condition, has created buzz in the coin world for one big reason: insane value. Let me tell you why. In 1966, the US Mint didn't issue traditional proof sets like they usually did. Instead, they released what's known as special mint sets, or SMS coins, and these are unique. These coins had a distinct finish, sharper details, and fewer were produced. In total, only a fraction of 1966 Lincoln cents came out in this specially struck condition. And some of them, well, some turned out to be millionaire makers. Here's the real kicker. Collectors recently discovered that some of these 1966 pennies have ultra-rare minting anomalies, including double dies, off-center strikes, and mirror-like cameo finishes that make them stand out like diamonds among rocks. And here's where it gets greedy. Because if you happen to own one of these rare-proof 1966 Lincoln pennies with perfect strike, untouched surface, and elite grading, you're sitting on a literal fortune. Collectors are paying premium dollars for flawless examples graded PR 69 or PR 70, especially with deep cameo contrast. And if your coin has unique visual features like a doubled, "In God We Trust," or a perfectly centered strike, you just hit the jackpot. And yes, I mean jackpot. These rare 1966 proof Lincoln cents have been sold at elite auctions, fetching eye-watering prices, values ranging from $111,000 all the way up to a staggering $135,000. Imagine that. A single penny, worth more than a luxury sports car. A coin that once cost 1 cent. Now worth more than some homes. So, check your coin collection. Dig through those inherited proof sets. Look carefully at every 1966 penny with a mirror-like shine. You might just find the ultimate collector's dream sitting right under your nose, and if you do, don't clean it. Don't touch it too much. And definitely don't spend it, because your humble 1966 Lincoln penny might just be worth over $135,000. If that doesn't make your jaw drop, I don't know what will. Top 2. Today we're unlocking the story behind a coin that looks innocent, sounds ordinary, but is anything but average. Yes, we're talking about the 1968 Lincoln penny from a US Mint proof set, a coin so rare in elite condition that it has fetched mind-blowing prices at auction houses. Now listen closely, because you might be holding a six-figure fortune and not even know it. Let's travel back to 1968. The US Mint was shifting gears. Proof coins were now being produced in San Francisco, marked with that tiny but powerful S Mint mark. And that's where our story begins. The 1968 S-proof Lincoln cent might look like any other penny, but when struck perfectly, with the deepest mirror surfaces and razor-sharp details, it transforms into a collector's dream, especially those in proof 69 deep cameo condition. We're talking a coin that shines like polished glass, with Lincoln's portrait popping like a 3D sculpture. These proof set coins were never meant to be spent. They were minted with extreme precision and sealed in sets for collectors, but guess what? Not all proofs are created equal. Some of these 1968 S Lincoln pennies came out with extraordinary quality, ultra-rare deep cameo strikes, flawless surfaces, and incredibly crisp detail. Even more exciting, some were discovered with die errors, including double dies, frosted busts, and even reverse design shifts, pushing their rarity and their value through the roof. Now here's the truly greedy part. You ready? At major coin auctions, rare 1968 S Lincoln proof cents, in pristine condition, untouched, and verified by top grading services, have shocked the coin collecting world by selling for jaw-dropping prices ranging from $112,000 to an astonishing $141,000. Yes, you heard that right. A 1-cent coin, that's now worth over $141,000. Can you imagine? That tiny coin inside your grandfather's old proof set, sitting untouched for decades, could now buy you a luxury car, or a house, or change your life completely. So here's what you need to do right now. White heavy checkmark. Check your 1968 Lincoln Pennies from proof sets. White heavy checkmark. Look for mirror-like surfaces, deep frost on Lincoln's portrait, and flawless rims. White heavy checkmark. Spot any errors. Even better, white heavy checkmark. Get it graded professionally. That's your lottery ticket. Remember, do not clean it, do not mishandle it, and whatever you do, do not spend it. Because that one small coin might be your shot at a six-figure payday. Don't wait. The world of rare coins is exploding, and collectors are hungry for gems like this one. Yours could be the next headline. Top 3. What if I told you that a 1-cent coin, sitting quietly in a proof set for over 50 years, could be worth more than a luxury car, a college education, or even a down payment on a house? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around, because the 1970 Lincoln penny from the US proof set has stunned collectors and auction houses alike by reaching values that'll blow your mind. Now, let's set the stage. 1970 was a transitional time for American coinage. The mint was experimenting with new techniques and designs, and in the chaos, some incredible collectors' coins were accidentally created. But the real gem? The 1970 proof Lincoln cent, and yes, we're talking about the ultra-rare ones from the proof sets only. This isn't your everyday penny. This is a coin born from precision and intended for collectors, crafted in San Francisco with that iconic mint mark, boasting mirror-like fields and frosted designs that scream perfection. But here's the twist, not every proof penny from 1970 is valuable. Only the ultra-high-grade, visually flawless, and sometimes error-filled varieties are worth a fortune. Now here's where things get deliciously greedy. Some of these 1970 Lincoln proof cents were struck with a double die, meaning that the date or lettering appears to be doubled under magnification. These errors are insanely rare and have turned average collectors into auction legends, but it gets even better. Coins with a deep cameo designation, meaning extreme contrast between the frosted design and the glossy background, are especially prized by grading companies like PCGS and NGC. Combine that with a perfect strike, no handling damage, and no flaws. You're now looking at a coin worth more than most Americans earn in a year. Now listen closely, because here comes the six-figure truth. Verified 1970 Lincoln cents from actual proof sets, especially those graded PR69 deep cameo, and featuring even minor die varieties, have fetched between $114,000 and an eye-watering $144,000 at major U.S. coin auctions. That's right, a single penny, from a proof set, now worth up to $144,000. Let that sink in. 1 coin. 1 cent. Now worth enough to retire credit card debt, buy a dream car, or even put a huge dent in a mortgage. So here's the million-dollar question. Do you have one? White heavy checkmark. Go check your 1970 proof sets right now. White heavy checkmark. Look for that crisp mirror shine, frosted Lincoln bust, sharp rims. White heavy checkmark. Got a double die or deep cameo? You may be holding a goldmine. White heavy checkmark. Don't clean it. Don't touch it too much. Just get it graded. The market for rare proof coins is on fire, and collectors are constantly hunting for pieces just like yours. Top 4. What if I told you that buried in an old proof set from 1976, the same year Americans were celebrating the bicentennial, there could be a single, shiny Lincoln penny quietly waiting to make someone filthy rich? That's no myth. It's the story of the 1976 Lincoln penny from a U.S. mint proof set, and today, we're pulling the curtains back on one of the most underrated jackpot coins in the entire world of U.S. coin collecting. Now let's be clear, not every 1976 penny is a treasure. But some are nothing short of gold mines disguised as copper. In 1976, the U.S. Mint was busy pumping out millions of coins, but what most people forget is that the proof sets, minted in San Francisco, stamped with the mint mark, were made to perfection. These coins weren't for circulation. They were specially struck for collectors, with ultra-shiny, mirror-like backgrounds and frosted details so crisp, they look sculpted. But here's where the magic starts. Some of these 1976 Lincoln proof pennies were struck with extreme clarity, deep cameo contrast, flawless edges, zero imperfections. And a tiny fraction of them had something even more valuable, minting errors, like double dies, reverse anomalies, or perfect off-center strikes. These variations are so rare, so specific, that when the right coin shows up at auction, it sets off a bidding war like you've never seen. So how high can it go? Get ready, because the next part is pure greed and glory. Verified 1976 Lincoln cents, taken from authentic proof sets, graded at PR69 deep cameo, or with error varieties, have shocked collectors by selling for as much as $116,000, and in one spectacular case, a coin reached a staggering $145,000. That's right, a single penny, 1 cent in face value, sold for $145,000. Now think about that. A coin you might have in your attic right now, sealed inside an old proof set, untouched since 1976, could be worth more than a luxury car, more than a year's salary, more than most people's life savings. It's not a dream, it's a very real coin collecting reality. And it could happen to you. So here's what to do right now. White heavy checkmark. Grab your 1976 proof sets. White heavy checkmark. Look for the Lincoln penny with the S mint mark. White heavy checkmark. Inspect for flawless surfaces, mirror fields, and frosted Lincoln features. White heavy checkmark. If you spot any doubling, unusual luster, or deep cameo contrast, don't even blink. Get that coin graded immediately. Whatever you do, don't clean it, don't touch it barehanded, and for heaven's sake, don't spend it. That coin might be the easiest $100K plus you've ever made, and this is why we say, coins aren't just currency, they're treasure. Top 5. Imagine holding a tiny copper coin in your hand, and realizing it could be worth more than your car, more than your college tuition, maybe even more than your entire savings account. Sounds crazy, right? But in the world of rare coins, crazy is exactly what collectors are chasing. And today, we're talking about a sleeping giant, a coin that could turn pocket change into pure profit. This is the story of the 1974 Lincoln penny from the US Mint proof set, and if you have one in elite condition, it might just be your ticket to a six-figure payday. Let's break it down. In 1974, millions of Lincoln pennies were minted for circulation. But we're not interested in those. The coin that could make you rich is the one that came from a proof set, struck in San Francisco, with that tiny S mint mark, a mark of perfection. These proof coins weren't thrown into circulation. They were made with care, designed for collectors, and struck multiple times with specially polished dies. The result? Coins with mirror-like fields, frosted devices, and jaw-dropping detail. But not all proofs are created equal. A small number of 1974's Lincoln pennies came out absolutely flawless, what collectors call deep cameo. These coins have an extreme contrast between the shiny background and the frosted portrait of Lincoln. And it's these elite coins, especially those graded PR 69 or higher, that are setting records at auctions. Now let's throw in a twist. A few 1974's proof Lincoln cents were struck with die errors, like double dies on the date, lettering, or even Lincoln's profile. These errors take an already rare coin and skyrocket its value into another dimension, and here's where things get very greedy. Some of these 1974 proof Lincoln cents have gone to auction and sold for prices that would make anyone's jaw drop. We're talking $118,000. And in certain top-tier cases, a 1974's Lincoln penny sold for a shocking $165,000. Yes, you heard that right. 1 penny. 1 cent. From a proof set. Worth up to $165,000. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Do you have one? Here's what you need to do. White heavy checkmark. Go dig up your old proof sets from 1974. White heavy checkmark. Look for the Lincoln penny with the S mint mark. White heavy checkmark. Look for mirror surfaces, frosted details, no scratches. White heavy checkmark. Got any doubling or mint errors? Jackpot. White heavy checkmark. Get that coin graded immediately. That's your golden ticket. But a word of caution, don't clean the coin, don't rub it, and don't keep it lying around in your junk drawer. A proof coin is fragile, and damaging it could mean losing tens of thousands in value. You might think a penny's just a penny, but today, we've shown that in the world of numismatics, a penny could be worth a small fortune.